Hello? Okay, let's see how this works. Alright, Piccolo the driving ape man. How's everyone doing tonight? Well, it's hard when it's the first stream and it's just me. But we'll see how this works out. Okay, so I was going to do a edit on this. I've got so much video editing to do. But what we're going to do right now is... You have got to see this. This is insanity. So this was today. I ended up having to do a rush. End of the day. So this is me coming back. And it's a little crazy because the lady that you're about to see, it just makes no sense. It's just so stupid. It's crazy. So let's go. So this is me coming over the bridge. And okay, so she's right here. And it's kind of funny. So we're in a roundabout. One pass. And, okay, can't go. Can't go. That's fine. Let's see this guy. Oh, look. Number 2. Nope. Nope. Honk honk. Okay, now she goes. And she, of course. So, of course, I go behind her because I'm not going that way. I'm going up the hill. Now, it's quite interesting what happens at the top of the hill here. As you go, and... how's the audio anyway? So as you go up the top of the hill, you'll notice that she's crawling. Ooh, that was close. I didn't notice that. And so up here is a veer to the right here. Now it's interesting because right at the bottom I'm like, okay, she's going to stop. See the first guy here doesn't stop. Brakes. Why? No yield. He's standing upside down triangles. Hello? Honk honk. Hello? See, it's a solid white line. It's completely solid white line, so it's like not even a yield. It's go. Go. And okay, blinker. Okay, so fine. You want to? Well, go. Now she decides to come over. Why? So okay, fine. So I'm just like, whatever, get away. So this time she's marking pace. She can't see her. She's over at the side. And I look at her, and she's just gripping her steering wheel, looking ahead, going, I'm not doing anything wrong. No, lady, you're not doing a single thing wrong. And so it's interesting. And I'm trying to keep an eye on her because she's like kind of veering over a little bit. And I should have let that guy over first, but I was just not focused. Sorry to that guy. So as we go up, it's just one of those things. So, all right, where are we? Sorry about the chair. But yeah, so we're going, and I gotta the rear camera, the rear footage on this is. I hope it's gonna be interesting because I'm only going about 55, maybe 60, and so it's just one of those things. So where am I here? Let's see, 321. So let's see if this works. Okay, so this is the rear. Yeah, this is the rear camera. So let's see here. Let's just scoot it up there, and where am I? Oh, and real quick, at the roundabout, obviously I wasn't the only one that was having to deal with her. So here we are here, and stopped. So let's see what this lady has to say. Let's see. What are they doing? What do you think's going on? I don't know. What's going on? Is there someone coming? No. Oh, God damn it. No yield. I feel bad for the guy and for the lady driving that SUV. I really do. So she comes over. Okay, so we already dealt with that. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, so she's right here on the right there, and Lincoln. She just, I'm gonna go really slow now. So nobody here up there. So if you look back here, she's just holding everybody up. And there she is again. So she keeps going straight. Okay, it's kind of funny. Oops. What did I touch? Oopsie. This isn't going so well. I need a producer. Okay. There it is, and there. Okay, so we keep going, and nothing happens, so I split off. I'm like, okay, fine, I gotta be able, I'll just take my way up here, cut my shortcut to go over here. Well, kind of funny, it's one of these situations. So across the one street, go to turn left. Oh, look who it is. Talk about a coincidence, right? Right there, same lady. Bing. Okay, so I gotta go because I'm going to a store over here, and so she's over here now. I'm hearing sirens behind me at this point, and it's kind of funny. She's right. I don't know if you can see her, but if you look through the windshield, she just about gets her mirror taken off right there by the ambulance. It's like, okay, we all go. I look back. Oh, look, the fire truck is coming. Right. So, And I mean, it's a long ways back. So we hear the fire truck, and at this point, I'm just rambling on because I'm just so annoyed with that chick in the gray car. And once the light turns green, there's the fire truck coming up behind us. I'm just like, okay, pull over. She goes over, and she almost gets it, but she's okay. And fire truck. And then it's actually really funny. So as we go up here, pay attention right to there, to slightly to the right. That's not her, but it's another one. You're not supposed to turn in there. That's actually railroad tracks for the light rail. So I'm guessing that they were actually going to try and turn in to try and get ahead. So there she is right there. And, oh, she got way out of the way this time. And then she's gone. So that's that one. So that's basically that's she gets a special sticker for the day on that one. But that's not the only one. It's actually kind of interesting. Let's see Let's go to yesterday. So yesterday at that very same intersection, that was the weirdest thing, is that wasn't the only time I've seen that happen. I was driving yesterday the opposite direction, actually, and what ended up happening was I caught it there too. So this is a little bit better because I'm not driving into the sun. But if we keep going and going and going and going and going and going, Bridgeport, Herb. Turn down Herb, and so this is the exact opposite way that we were coming back today with her. And as we go, if you notice, let's see here. It's a pretty nice day, like 25. So if you look to the left, you'll be able to see where that bus is. That's where we came up, where I was stuck behind that lady where I was stuck behind that lady today. And it does really help having that cursor on, doesn't it? So you see their truck just there. Boom, there's the SUV that just went through. Another car just went through. It's actually kind of funny. See, this guy here, no yield, but he's still waiting. And no pedestrians. That guy's just now crossing. Oh, wait, no, he's waiting at the light. But when we pull up, this lady, right here. This is what ticked me off about this corner yesterday. Is, she's just, after those pedestrians cross, she just sits there. She just creeps up, sits there, and sits there, and sits there, sits there. And you can't see it. You can see her shadow. If you look right there, you can see the corner of her hood of her shadow, of the roof of her shadow. She's just sitting there. And the whole time, I'm just sitting there, and everybody's sitting there honking at her and saying, "Lady, it's not a yield. It's not a yield." She's just, I'm not going to give a shit. I'm going to yield because I don't know what to do. So it's just terrible. She finally went, but it wasn't until we turned. It's just one of those things. It's people that just don't pay attention to actual signage and lines anymore. Is it just that people have given up on the lines? They not understand that every individual line means something? Maybe I should do a video about that. You know, each line, solid yellow line. You know, it's divider, bicycle lane. You know, you're not supposed to cross that line. It's a split. It's just, it's people just don't do the right thing anymore. It's what's causing all these accidents. It's just as bad as these people that don't realize that their headlights, just because you have your headlights on doesn't mean your taillights are on. It's just this weird thing that's been noticed by me, by truck drivers, by a lot of different guys. They just don't like to do that. It's the same thing with the ice thing. I mean, some of this ice stuff can weigh a lot. Like, this is just last week. This is the messed up thing. This was March, this week. April 16th, yeah, so last week. This is what it looked like last week. Driving, and it was funny because I had literally just put out a tweet saying, hey, clear off your roofs before you drive, because bad things can happen. And it was just one of those things. It's like, there's no way. And I wanted to put out a response that said, you know, hey, I wanted to put out a response that said, hey, stupid people, like, I think it's this guy? Is it the white car? Either way, I had just come off of it, and like some of the stuff that flies off, people don't realize when it's wet snow like this was all of this you see here, this isn't actually snow. This was all ice pellets from like 4 days. So it was just nothing but wet chunks of ice, and I pulled it off my car. It was like 2 inches thick. If you grabbed like a foot by foot chunk, it was like 30 pounds. It was heavy. But like this stuff flies, and I just don't understand how people can do it. Like, that was insane. That was like really deep. This isn't even like, now it's snow because it was warming up a little bit. But if you look, it's actually ice pellets. It's still kind of ice pellets mixed in there. There was nothing but freezing rain. it was a surprising day that there weren't more accidents. But yeah, I wish people would understand that if you don't clean off your cars, you're going to kill someone. Where is it? Like, I know I've avoided a few. I didn't have... This camera's giving me trouble lately, so I have to be careful with it. It's weird. I'll get clips of like 10-second clips here and there. Is this one? Maybe. There it is. So like that was some heavy shit. Like that's what I was trying to find at the other one. It was right at the it's right at the end of the clip of the other one. Yeah, here it is. So. And by the way, I'm doing about, when we're on the highways, even in this stuff, we're still doing about, we're still doing over 100, all of us. It's just the way it is. So, we go down there, and so I get back on the highway. That's right, it happened after I got back on the highway. It wasn't anything bad. It's like, I've only gotten in one accident. Two. I'll show you that one in a second, actually. There's a video up on that, but it was, quite a vicious, just a psycho bitch. Yeah, this guy. This guy in the silver. So it's was it this guy? Yeah, there it is. So if I had been right behind him and decided to actually pull up right there, I would have lost my windshield. This guy's lucky. I'm actually quite shocked that he didn't catch anything. The shit like that is what the problem is. It's just laziness. It's amazing how many times I was driving all day watching people's roofs. I mean, transport trucks, you can't really do much about it. That's an unfortunate fact of driving. People that are out there that think, oh, why can't the transport trucks clean off the top of their trucks? Well, you climb 15, 20 feet up and on top of a roof of a trailer. If those trailers aren't thick, they're only made of plywood. And if you go to the roofs are only made of pretty much plastic. So if you step on them, you'll fall right through. There's no way to clean off a transport truck roof or a bus roof. Like you see the school bus there is covered in it. I've seen stuff fly off of those guys. It's insanity. These are all clips. This is all stuff I wanted to put in, but I'm just it's just so much video. I mean, a live stream might just be better, but you guys let me know. I mean, it's just me talking to myself right now, but that's what happens when you first start these things. And I don't even know if I'm getting through. But hey, we'll figure that all out later. Why did I keep this going? Oh yeah, so, yeah, it's, these icy days aren't that bad. So, let me know how you guys like the live stream setup as opposed to, like, the videos. I know the videos are kind of, I can put comments and stuff in, but I mean, the more I get confident in this, the more I can do voices, the more I can wonder what people are doing. Excuse me. Stuff like that. Like, I mean, this is kind of fun. I can kind of see it, but it's, different. So, yeah, so that's that one. Now, there was one, though. This guy gets a prize. Sunday, we're on our way home from dinner, and it was just one of those, there is no way that just happened kind of a moment. I don't know if they let him do it, or if it was... just people just not paying attention. So this was actually kind of funny. Oh, that's not it. That's a delivery video. Oops, what did I do? I broke something. Uh-oh. I did it again. Give me a second here. And this. Where did it go? It was an off-ramp. Oh yeah, I went to get sausages. I was going to get sausages. I'm thinking I might have deleted the video. That's not good. Oh wait, no, I remember where it is now. Like I said, I've got like, in the past week and a half, I've acquired probably 300 gigs of videos to go through, so I'm sorry if this is disorganized. Let's see here. Here it is. So, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm with the youngest, and we're just off to go get sausages. Oh yeah, that guy. That Mazda was a treat. Let's see here. So there was this purple Mazda, and it was an interesting one because he didn't like the fact of being behind me. Nobody for some reason likes being behind someone. It's weird. There's this whole mentality of what's called me first, and it's wrong. It needs to stop. But where am I? I'm at 8:58. Okay, so 9 minutes. So let's go to that same marker, and there he is. So this guy right here. Is it this guy? Yeah, I think it's this guy. Right. Already not happy. Why is the traffic going so slow? Why isn't everyone doing what I want to do? Hey, this is my speed. I think he's over here, this guy. I want to go my speed. I want to go as fast as I want to go. And nobody's going to stop me. So there's all this space behind me. This is about, so as you can tell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car lengths behind me. And this asshole just doesn't want to have me. Doesn't want to get behind me. No, I'm not going to get behind you. I'm a big, tough Mazda driver. I can drive fast. I'm going to get ahead of you. So, of course, he pulls this shit. And we end up with that 9-minute mark. So you saw where he came up on that last video. So he had 6 car lengths behind me almost. That's a lot of space, especially when you're going, we're all doing $120 going down the hill. There's the river. I love my river. Oh, here he comes. Oh, I'm a big badass. So I've got, what, a car, maybe car and a quarter in front of me. And so I get over and dickhead gets over. See, that's called an asshole move. And then boom, brakes. I was watching him all the way back, so I knew he was going to pull this shit. But this is the stuff I'm talking about. I had the space. I had plenty of safe space. This is the shit right here that causes these crashes. This guy should not be driving. I don't care what your excuse is. If there's space, take it. There was space behind me. He never should have done that. That was me locking it out. And pointing out to the guy, you're going to be on a video. So, he'll never find the channel, but I don't give a shit. People like that, I can't stand them. I cannot tolerate this shit anymore. Damn, I lost it. I had one where, got off the, or where were we? This is driving me nuts. The guy was in a left-hand turn lane, and he decided to go right. And I was pretty sure it was that video. But I'm pretty sure it got deleted. Because it was just after this I did it. Let's see. because it was quite an impressive turn he made. That was the part that I was like, oh, that was not safe. He basically went from here and went boop, or here and went boop. So it's just like, no, bad driver, bad. See, yield sign. That wasn't at that other intersection today. That literally had me shaking. It was crazy. Anybody in chat still? Oh, well, I'll go for a little bit longer. Let's see here. I'm terrible at this, I know. That makes me kind of sad. Did I put it in a different folder? This is the problem. I have so many folders of videos that it's just driving me nuts. In the meantime, here, enjoy a shooting video. What's this? Here, did I put it in the wrong folder? Maybe I did. Aha! The continuation. So all this, cut me off with no blinker. Let me show you so it's not looking like I was, oh, I'm sorry, he had his blinker. Let's see, he puts his blinker on there. Okay, fine, I put my blinker on. Oh, fuck you, I'm not gonna let you over. Okay, so, officially a douchebag. Why? Just so you can go and turn left at the Mazda dealership. So, Mazda and Nissan. So when you buy the car, it either possesses you to drive like an asshole, or, even better, they give you a manual to drive like an asshole. Because that's something I've noticed with Nissan drivers. No matter how good of a driver they are, the second they get in a Nissan, dickhead. And call me whatever you want, I don't care. It's the truth. Okay, let's see here. Traffic. This was a Saturday. Oh, nice little roundabout. Through a little town. 50 to 80, back to 50. So it's not that one. Where the heck is it? Again, sorry I'm so disorganized with this, but what can you do? What are you gonna do? Can't shoot me. Yet. Okay. Oh, sounds like a cat wants in. That was surprising there was no incidences on the way back. It's making me kind of sad now, because that was an interesting one, but it shouldn't matter, I guess. Where am I? I'm in roundabouts. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so this is, so the original video that I shot on this, I shot it at 300 frames per second. And it was kind of interesting to do, because it was like, okay, whatever. I thought maybe it was going to be easier, wouldn't be so bad. It was a pain in the ass to edit when you record at 300 frames per second. It really is. The camera's pretty nice, though, for it. Like, whoop, roundabout, do. So, this was an interesting day in, September? Yeah, September. So, I had to do a quick emergency last-minute rush to Guelph and back. And it's only about 50 kilometers round trip, 60 kilometers round trip. So it shouldn't have taken me all that long. And I take nothing but side streets, but side top roads anyway. So as we go, so here we are in Guelph. And completely eventless trip going up. not in the not a single issue in the slightest. That was actually kind of nice. So I'll get there. I'll just speed this up because I can. And okay, so back. I've gotten the pickup, and I'm on my way back. And now I didn't have the rear camera. This is in my last car, so I didn't have a rear camera. I wish I did, because to see just where this chick came from. Nobody at any of the intersections. I couldn't figure out where she came from to save my life. She wasn't behind me. Nothing. Well, there's a few minutes where we're sitting, but still nothing. Okay, fine. That white car. Pay attention to this white car and how close we get. So this went from a 60 to an 80. And whoosh. Did you catch it? Let's back that up. Okay, so the light turns green. And so 60. So merged, lost the one lane there. So the light turned green. There was nobody around me. She wasn't even behind me. Someone else was behind me, and I think they turned back on the street back. The street over here. This street here. I think that's where they had turned, because she was nowhere to be found. So we're in. So here's the 80. Okay, as you can tell here, it's still solid. 80. 80 kilometers an hour begins. So I'm probably 75, 78, because I know about this. This is my favorite way out of town. And there's a house over here, and I spoke to the lady after this happened, and she told me that this happens all the time. And the problem is you see here, solid, and then it starts here. Okay, count the chevrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes to double pass, right? Did you notice this big motherfucker right here? Sorry about the language, but this day made me, just put me in a foul mood. So before I'm even there, so if you pay attention, you can see the guy cresting the top of the hill long before the passing is allowed. Okay, and you know this isn't that far. This guy's only not that far ahead of me, so I'm accelerating. We'll say I'm going 82. Okay, now, as you can see, this guy's getting a whole lot fucking closer. All right. Where's the blinker? Where's the blinker? See how close that is? That's not a blinker. That's her hitting her goddamn brakes. So when I slowed it down, they didn't. Oh, he picked up the steamroller. Okay, so he only had the digger on there, but that's still a lot of weight. She only missed him by a matter of a meter or so. And then there's this guy behind him. There's a whole bunch of cars behind this guy. So I managed to veer off, but as I veered off, she tapped me. And I'm actually quite shocked. I missed the recycling bins. So watch this again. So there's the recycling bins. There's the truck. This guy just, I'm just going to keep going. So this dumb bitch angered me. So, car, it's a parked car, transport truck. How do you not know that was coming over the goddamn hill? This is the frickin' problem with this. So the trash cans, that's the greatest part. So, okay. So as I go, so those are her brakes. That's not a blinker. She didn't have her blinker on. She came over and popped her brakes. This guy shit himself. Didn't hit the box. Didn't hit any of that stuff. So she obviously tapped me. I go into a spin, bounced off of her passenger door, kicked her over, and she keeps going. There's that dent. There's all the damage to her from my whole front end. Her door's popped out right here. That is a popped out door. So I'm going to guess she got to write that thing off. Did I? No. I'll show you why in a second. So this guy's just la-di-da-di-da. So she said I accelerated. She tried to tell the cop this was my fault. You accelerated. Yeah, of course I accelerated. 1, we're going up a hill. 2, we're changing speeds. And 3, you're trying to pass me up a hill with a fucking transport truck coming. Are you insane? Are you fucking insane, Rhonda? Why would you do that? So you got this guy over here. Got to point with the mouse, not with my finger. You're not in the room. Sorry. So this guy over here just Doesn't care. Doesn't even know what's going on. This guy has to be shitting himself by now. He's got to be going, oh, what the fuck, 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 what the fuck. So as I'm slowly spinning, I'm like, okay, and land it. That car, that SUV, get out of the way. Oh, count the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the, 3 or 4 that were before, that were right around this. I thought I was in front of the truck when I spun out. And it turns out I landed behind him. Whew! But yeah, so we keep going, we keep babbling on. Like, look, lady saw what happened. This lady is one of the nicest ladies. So we're sitting there, more cars go by. I'm on the phone with OPP because, one, the city limit is at the hill. She comes waddling her ass down from, I'll show you where she ended up stopping, the top of the hill. So I pull my camera out, and it sucks because I lost the audio. I actually, when I called OPP, I had left my phone recording. So I ran all the way up to her car, which was at the top of the hill, where that truck was cresting. And I'm sitting there just wondering how stupid she is. So this is her here. See, I had my phone there, and it sucks because I lost the audio recording. And I was trying to record, and I was in shock because I was like, just like, what the hell? So this is me telling her, like, no, this is your doing. You fucked up. And she's trying to say, no, we're going to go to the police station, which is, 20K away. I'm like, no, we're waiting for the OPP. It's your fault. Then she goes, this is Guelph police jurisdiction. No. This is OPP jurisdiction. They're coming now. So I made her wait the entire time for this. And this is me talking to the lady you saw at the bottom there. And it was quite an interesting day because she's like, this happens all the time, and it was fun. It was freaking crazy. Just the pure angst, I guess. My problem is I don't even know how to figure this out. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, that wouldn't be good. I didn't notice that happens until now. Okay, so it does all VLC players. Okay, like I don't have porn on here. Let's see here. Just give me 1 second. I know you don't. I think you can all hear me. I don't know what these photos are, and I'm trying to find a specific set. So, my bad. Oh, those are the all hail blue whales. Here, I can show you this stuff. This is all artwork. This is just, I was bored, so I was, here, I'll show you this. This is fine. It was, I found my meteorite, and so just to do something with the Gulf City guys, those guys are awesome. I was just making something on my map with them, so it's just kind of a goof off. Let's see here. Yeah, so I was like, oh no, the meteorite's coming into Earth. What's the whale gonna do? The whale's gonna stop it. Yeah. Is he really? Is he really gonna save us? Is he? Yeah, I'll save you. It's just, it just got ridiculous. There it is. So he ends up riding the down to crush the planet. It was just goofing around on that one. So let's go back to this. And sorry, gotta do this. Be right back. I guess I should just pull up the episode that it's on because I can't seem to find the clipping of it. Because I slowed it down, but what I have is I have photos from the car crash, and they tell a different part of it. And it's kind of interesting. But the problem is I just gotta find it. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's just the regular photo. And if anybody wants to know if I was planning on, if anybody followed me on Twitter or anything and saw me talking about doing something called a Dreamcast cast. Well, unless I can find a new laser head for it, there's not going to be a Dreamcast cast until I either find a new console that can play burn games, or find a new laser head. And the laser head's going to cost me $100 if I want to get it by July. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. Pincalo. Just at me on Twitter. My DMs are open. Let's see here. Oh, maybe I'll have to go to the YouTubes and use that and go straight from the YouTube. That's fine. Let's see here. Okay. Where the heck is it? This is not turning. Let's see here. Oh, hey there. I think I found them. I think I found them. Really? What am I dealing with here? Alright, there we go. Okay, good. So, let's see. How do I do this? Okay. So how do I lock this in so I can edit the other ones? Nice script. Okay, so add, do capture. This Streamlabs OBS is actually kind of rather easy to use. Browser. Yeah, so I can't seem to figure out where the photos are, but I'm just too tired to look for them right now. Oh, wait, I got an idea. I think I know what I can do. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. Like I said, I'm still learning this thing. It's just I wanted to get that one first video out. So I'll show this up and then I'll log it off for the night. It was just an interesting day with that one lady. Okay. I think I figured out what I did. Or did wrong or didn't do. Okay, there's a cat that wants in. At least one of them. Uh-oh. I hear a child awake. Okay, I'll just do it this way then. It's just being a pain in my ass. Sorry, guys. How can I do this? Okay, good. That's how the controls work. Okay, good. Oh my god. Okay. That will not do. That will not do at all. Alright, screw it. We're just gonna have to do it this way. I'll just have to go get it off the YouTubes. Because that one has the other photos in it. I just can't figure out where the heck I put them. Ooh, excuse me. Close that. Change the window we're using. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, it'll be under my playlist here. And bad idea, lady. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So this is the quicker, more faster version of it. So it's actually kind of funny. You're an angry potato. Sure, her car is actually parked where this white SUV is. Her car is parked at the top of that. She got. I think she was gonna run. Yeah. So there's the OPP officer sitting in my coffee mug. So yeah, so he came up to me first, and we were talking for a bit, and I explained the whole thing, and he just kind of looked at me. I tried to show him the video, but on the little tiny, like, what, 1.5 inch screen, when you're going 300 meters per second, you can't, the 300 frames per second, you can't change that. So you can't really notice it. So he was like, oh, okay, well, I can't do shit with this. So I actually had to send him, I made this up, and then I sent him the link, but I sent him a bunch of stuff with it on top of it. He actually said the OPP can't use YouTube. That was weird. So yeah, so she parked way up there. Like, that's a fairly decent distance. And I didn't find out what was said. this guy. That's actually what he said. That was his exact words. Now, looking at the video, I noticed he actually picked up this roller here. He only had the digger on, but I mean that's still what the truck 15,000. That's still almost what just with this guy alone, because this guy probably weighs about 5,000 pounds. So I only got 25 grand right here. That pancakes, dead, no more home, bye bye, gone. So I don't fuck with transports. So all I got, like, that's my bumper. Yeah, I know that was there, but like all of this is from her. This got punched in. I still have to fix all of this stuff. Yeah, so what happened was my headlight smashed off. This is actually your temperature sensor. This is what, when you start your car and you get that little ambient air temperature, this is all it is. It is a little tiny piece of plastic. So as you can see here, like I pointed out, like my whole damage came out to, if you count the headlight and thermostat or the temperature monitor, the whole thing in total maybe $200, and that includes the buffing out of the bumper and everything, because the bumper is like a tank in that thing. That's a new door, and I can't tell if that was a shadow or not. Like I said, that day it was the first accident in a long time. But I think that's a write-off. So she got a new car. So yeah, it's just one of those. It's some of these days. Like, I'll never understand it. But it's 1:30. I've been going for an hour. I'm gonna cut it off here. Thank you for listening. First time on, worth a try. You guys have a great night.